Howdy, I'm TJ with Bear Gaming. Have you ever asked yourself, what's the best way to get around in 7 Days to Die? Well, there are several methods of transportation. You can walk, run, ride your bike, hop on your mini bike, cruise on the motorcycle, go all-terrain with a 4x4 truck, or soar through the air with a gyrocopter. What the best option is depends on several factors, including fuel, time, storage, and personal preference. In today's video, I'll cover the specs, how to control the vehicles, the repair costs, fuel consumption, and mods for each vehicle, as well as recommendations for when to use each. Stay tuned to the end for some critical information about using the vehicles for any last-minute escapes during the Blood Moon. Let's begin with the first vehicle you'll get access to, the bicycle. The bicycle can be obtained by either completing a Tier 1 quest series with a trader, or by finding at least 4 Vehicle Adventures magazines to unlock Level 5. Level 5 Vehicle Adventures grants the ability to create bicycle parts and wheels. To craft the parts, a workbench is required, but if you can find the individual bike parts, then it can be assembled without the need for a workbench. But this won't be the case for the other vehicles. Important note here, when investing points into the Grease Monkey skill, it will increase the odds of finding the Vehicle Adventure magazines. Grease Monkey will also decrease the required materials to craft each of the vehicle parts and make repair kits more effective at each level. Vehicle Adventures magazines will give the player access to recipes for the vehicle parts as well as other vehicle-related recipes. The bicycle has 1,500 hit points, 1 seat, 9 storage slots, and has a top speed of 8 meters per second when in turbo mode, but only 6 meters per second when not. It has 2 mod slots, but there is only one mod the bicycle can use, the Off-Road Headlights mod. 1 cosmetic slot to allow you to change the color of the bike. The bicycle is best used in early game as it has minimal storage, low top speed, and worst of all requires player stamina to operate. Run out of stamina when running from a bear or direwolf, and it's over. You can control the bicycle by pressing the default forward key, usually W, slow down and reverse with the default backward key, usually S, and turn by using the mouse to look left and right. The brake is spacebar and shift is for turbo. The wheeled vehicles also have a wheelie button, C, and a horn, X. There is an alternate control option if you want the ability to look around and steer separately. Just click the left mouse button and you can now turn using your default left A key or turn right D keys and look around with the mouse. This works with all the vehicles. The default controller buttons are right trigger for forward, left for reverse, A to wheelie or pitch down with the gyrocopter, B for the brake or to pitch up the gyrocopter, X for inventory, Y to interact, the right button for turbo, the left button for the horn, the left arrow key for toggling the lights, press the right joystick down to switch steering modes, and the up arrow for zooming in, the left for zooming out. You can also use the scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom in and out for keyboard and mouse. Eventually, repair will be necessary as hitting a block or entity will cause damage. The faster you go, the more damage occurs. To repair all vehicles, you must use the repair kit. Each repair kit adds 1,000 points back and can be performed by looking at the vehicle and holding the Use button and selecting the wrench icon. After the bicycle, you get access to the mini bike. The parts can be crafted either by reading up to level 20 in Vehicle Adventures, also giving the player the ability to craft gas cans and oil, or there is a chance to receive some mini bike parts when completing a Tier 2 quest line. The mini bike is a large step up in mobility with top speed of 9.2 meters per second in turbo, 7 meters per second in normal mode, without requiring the player's stamina because gas is the fuel for the mini bike. It can store 1,000 units in its tank, and will use about 64 units per kilometer in normal speed and 124 units per kilometer using turbo. The mini bike also offers greater storage, with 27 slots and the ability to take up to 3 mods and 2,000 hit points of damage. Speaking of mods, mods are ways to increase speed, decrease fuel consumption, and other improvements to your ride. Supercharger mod will increase the top speed by 3 to 4 meters per second and increase acceleration of your vehicle. The Reserve Fuel Tank mod increases tank capacity by about 50%. The Off-Road Headlight mod increases brightness and distance of the headlights. The Expanding Seat mod adds an extra seat. The Fuel Saver mod decreases fuel consumption by about 45%. The vehicle armor mod is reinforced armor for the motorcycle and gyrocopter, reducing the damage taken when objects are hit in the front of the vehicle, and increasing the damage output to blocks and entities. The vehicle plow mod reduces the damage taken by objects hitting the front of the 4x4. It also increases damage to blocks and entities. There is a secret vehicle mod requiring access to the creative menu and dev items. The Mega mod doubles the top speed and acceleration of a vehicle. Be careful when using this mod as it will stress your computer and send you flying if you hit any kind of ramp. Here are the mods I recommend in order of importance. The Fuel Saver first, Supercharger second, Reserve Fuel Tank third, Off-Road Headlights fourth, Armor or Plow mod 5th, and then Expanding Seat mod last. It will take more time to access the next vehicle, the 4,000 hit point motorcycle. The motorcycle requires level 45 of vehicle adventures, also adding the ability to create stacks of gas, which is an important addition to the survivor's skill set, or the possibility to receive motorcycle parts by completing the Tier 3 quest line. Once the motorcycle is created, the player will have much more speed. Normal speed for the motorcycle is 9.7 meters per second and 13.8 in turbo. This comes at the cost of more fuel. Its tanks can hold 3,000 units of gas and uses about 126 units per kilometer at normal speed and 281 units of gas in turbo. But with the skill to craft stacks of gas, the increased storage, 36 slots, and the 4 possible mods slots, the motorcycle is a great upgrade. After the motorcycle is the 4x4 truck, with the parts unlocked at level 70 of Vehicle Adventures. The 8,000 hit point 4x4 truck offers 81 storage slots, 5 mod slots, 10,000 units of gas, and a similar speed to the motorcycle, 9.7 meters per second normal, 14 meters per second in turbo. The 4x4 truck is essentially a mobile base for the player. Only real drawback to the poor fuel economy, 370 units per kilometer in normal mode and 532 in turbo, and its larger size. This larger size can pose issues when traveling through dense terrain like the wasteland, and in the hills where it's possible to get stuck or damage the vehicle. The 4x4 also allows the player to bring 3 players along for the ride without the need for a mod. Last up is the Gyrocopter, your gateway to the skies. Parts unlocked by the completion of Vehicle Adventures level 100. The Gyrocopter at 3,500 hit points is the only vehicle that can fly, with 8.7 meters per second in normal and the fastest top speed in turbo mode of 14.8 meters per second. The Gyrocopter is the quickest way to get from point A to point B. This does come with a few costs. First is the inability to use Expanding Seat, but does Seat 2. It has reduced storage capacity with only 45 slots and a hard-to-master control system. While the fuel consumption is not terrible, the 2,000 unit tank feeds the engine and consumes 164 units per kilometer in normal and 323 in turbo. The risk of running out of fuel high in the clouds and plummeting to your death should keep you attentive to the gas gauge. So how do you fly the Gyrocopter? Well, first, it has the same controls as the other vehicles with the exception of requiring the use of the C key to nose down and descend, or the spacebar to nose up and gain altitude. For controller users, A is to pitch the gyro down, B to pitch the gyro up. Be sure to give yourself ample room to take off and land. Be on the lookout for trees and other high buildings, as a hit will cause you to fall. Forward speed is required to maintain flight. Falling will damage both you and the Gyrocopter. Rough landings are common at first. With a bit of practice in an open area, learning to fly the Gyrocopter is fairly doable. A very important note about the vehicles in 7 Days to Die. Do not, I repeat, do not try and outrun the Blood Moon Horde on any of the vehicles. Vultures and radiated vultures will swarm you and they will just keep coming. you will not likely survive it. From the bicycle to the gyrocopter, there are several options for transportation in the apocalypse. The bike for beginning and in-town trips, the mini bike to start exploring nearby towns, the motorcycle for longer hauls and more space, the 4x4 for massive storage to raid cities, and the gyrocopter to hit all the traders on restock days, and to land on the top of those POIs with loot at the very top. Choose your ride wisely. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more guides and other 7 Days to Die playthroughs. If you are subscribed, thank you, I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, laters.